small player room, and I was like in the room with like 3 other guys. I was like, what is happening right now? I'm like inches away from Medvedev. We're in this small room.
Hey guys, I'm Anthony Hirsch here. He did press for Wimbledon. He did interviews with different top players, and I'm here to figure out how he got here. How did you get here?
Well, I just got back from London 5 days ago, and I've been saying to people London is like a stereotype of London. It is very posh and very much so exactly what the stereotype is. The people have a very kind of crude humor about them that I feel like is very different from the people here.
Okay.
But it's also amazing to see a new culture, and also doing Wimbledon and talking to Djokovic was amazing.
So you started with your YouTube channel, and this is just on your own. Start with your own YouTube channel doing the commentating for tennis. Is that right?
Yeah, so I was doing other YouTube stuff for like a decade, just trying other YouTube stuff, whether it was different skits that I was making or even just edits that I was putting together of different pop culture things like movies, and I was trying all these other avenues. I've been a tennis fan for a while because our dad is a tennis coach, and we've had tennis in the family for a while, so I was a big fan of tennis for a long time. And then I realized as soon as I started talking tennis that there were other people interested in what I had to say about it. So it actually got off the ground really quickly. I felt like I already had the editing prowess from doing other YouTube stuff first, and I guess I like being creative, but also I got lucky, I have to say, because I was found by a guy named Faison, who worked for another YouTube channel called Quality Shot Tennis, which I had been a fan of and watched anyway for a long time. Yeah. And he found me after I uploaded 3 videos on this channel. He found me through Twitter,
Wow.
Yeah, and he DM'd me on Twitter, and yeah, as soon as I told our mom, she was like, that's probably a scam. I was like, hopefully not. And then yeah, I got on a video call with him, and then he realized that I was hopefully like pretty invested and passionate actually in the sport and had a lot of ambition with it, and he decided to give me a chance, and then things worked out really well because I guess like I had a natural knack for it.
Well, natural knack for it is an understatement. You had like an encyclopedic tennis knowledge of everything. Like who won the French Open 5 years ago?
French Open 5 years ago, that was Nadal.
What about the women's side?
Women's side was Swiatek.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
In 2020, yeah.
Yeah, you do this for every year.
Year after that, Djokovic and Djokovic.
Who's the best tennis player from 1940?
It's a tough one. That's the hardest year. It's the hardest year, actually. Well, Bill Tilden was still playing at the time, but he was about 10 years past his prime. Fred Perry was big around that time. Don Budge.
Don Budge?
Don Budge.
Okay. Yeah, see, he knows everything. Absolutely everything. And I remember talking about this a long time ago. I just never remember the name. Who is the woman who's like extremely underrated, who is in like the 20s or whatever?
Elizabeth Taylor. She won every tournament ever. She won like 600 tournaments.
and no one knows who she is for whatever reason. We
Yeah.
need to get her popular. What's her name again?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor. I feel like there's another person named Elizabeth Taylor who's famous.
Yeah, I think there's an actress named Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, okay. But do you think she's named after the tennis player because the player was just so good?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What was your favorite? All right, this is a 2-part question. Who was your favorite player to interview? Like, who did you want to interview the most? And secondary question is, who gave the best answers to interviews of all the people who you interviewed?
The player that I wanted to interview the most, I didn't interview. I wanted to interview Alcaraz the most, and I didn't get a chance to. But
I'm surprised it's Alcaraz, considering Sinner is your favorite player right now.
I know.
You got him.
Well, it's always ironic, because Sinner is my favorite player, but I've always said I think Alcaraz is going to end up being better than Sinner.
Oh, okay.
And
I guess we'll find out tomorrow. This, by the way, is we're recording this the day before the final of Wimbledon, so we don't know who's going to win. Anthony is dead set. Anthony thinks Sinner's going to win.
He's still my favorite player.
He's his favorite player, but and you also gave me the statistic. What was the one other time they played on grass? What was this?
Yeah, Wimbledon 2022, and Sinner won in 4 sets. So,
okay. So yeah, there's precedent for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think when I look at predictions for tennis, I look at head-to-head and matchups more than anything else.
The only thing that Sinner can't do because of the head-to-head is he can't get ahead and score, because then we know he's going to lose, because he did that.
Yes, exactly. That's true.
So as long as Sinner is losing, he has a chance.
He's good. He's good. As long as he doesn't get close to winning, he'll win.
Yeah. We got it.
Okay.
All right. What was the answer to the player who, or the other question?
Yeah.
The player who gave the best answers.
Yeah. So two players.
Okay.
So I would say Daniil Medvedev was fantastic, which
Okay.
is not unexpected. He's just he's such a character.
Yeah.
He came into the room. This is the first time that he did interviews in small player rooms because he was lower in the rankings than usual. And
I didn't even know he was lower. What's his ranking?
He's dropped out of the top 10 now. He's like number 11 or something.
Oh wow, so low.
I know, but for Medvedev,
No, I get it.
But
It's just funny.
no, that's fair.
He's only number 11 in the world. I would hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Continue.
But he was in a small player room, and I was like in the room with like 3 other guys. I was like, what is happening right now? I'm like inches away from Medvedev. We're in this small room. Actually, the last question in that interview, the guy was like, are you offended or like pissed off that you're in this small room getting interviewed when you're usually in press conferences? Which is such a stupid question.
It is a stupid question.
Yeah, but anyway, I was asking better questions than that. And Medvedev is somebody who will give you the time of day answering questions.
Yeah.
And that was
I remember hearing the interview. It was after he lost, right?
Yeah, I interviewed him once after he lost. This was before he played.
Oh, okay.
And
Same match?
same match.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I got both sides of.
I'm interested in, anyway, sorry, continue. Then I want to know the differences between his perspective.
Yeah. So, well, he came in, his hair was like all over the place.
Isn't it always? I always thought at the beginning of his career that he looked like Olimar. Like from the not Marvel,
From Smash Bros.
Yeah, well, Smash Bros, but also the Nintendo games. But because he had the little thing in his hair, always there's like one going to the top.
Yeah,
or the kid
sure.
from Little Rascals.
Yeah, he definitely is kind of like that. Yeah, but he's such a weird person because you never know what you're gonna get out of him. He's so unexpected. Like,
so what did you get out of it?
So I asked him if he's happy about his record on grass going into the tournament because he had just beaten Zverev in Halle, but he lost the final there. So it was kind of, are you happy? Because like as you said, he's number 11 in the world. He's playing well, but he's been number 1 in the world and all this. So I asked him, is he happy with this level? He said that he's quite happy with where he is and quite excited about his prospects on grass and that people are underrating him. But obviously he lost in the first round.
Yeah,
so
not great.
after he lost, he came in and he was very clearly dejected in the press. But then everybody was this is my perspective. Everybody was starting to ask him questions like, are you sad? What do you feel like your chances are like 0 going to the US Open? And then halfway through the interview, his whole perspective, like his whole way he was carrying himself changed. He was like, you know what? I actually think I can win Wimbledon. It's like, you know,
Wimbledon or US Open?
I think he's giving it up.
That was such a funny answer.
Actually, I think I can win Wimbledon. Then he walks out of the room.
Just pretending it didn't happen. Next match, he shows up on the court anyway, just to show the reporters.
That's funny.
And before the match, what was he saying? Because I saw the interview or heard the interview that you gave before.
Yeah, I asked him.
After. Sorry.
I asked him if like the weather conditions affected him at all, and he said that it could have been, but.
Wait, was this after or before?
This was after.
Okay.
After, and he said it could have affected both players.
What was your question before? Is the weather okay? And he said like, yeah, this is perfect for me.
Before he was like, is the weather okay? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna win Wimbledon. The weather's perfect. And then after he was like, oh no, weather sucked.
So what was the before question that you asked? I'm curious.
Yeah. So one was is you happy with your level on grass?
Oh. Okay.
And then also I asked him, did you watch back video of your match beating Sinner last year?
Oh.
And to improve your grass level. And he said, I haven't seen 1 point of that match since it happened. But he's honest, and he said he barely watches tape back of his matches. But then I asked Rybakina.
Was that a second player with the?
No, I was going to say Mira Andreeva is another player. I really enjoyed her answers.
Okay, but sorry, Rybakina.
Rybakina said that. What's my train of thought? Oh, I asked Rybakina then.
Yeah.
I asked Rybakina if she ever watches tape back of her matches, and instantly she was like, "Of course I do." It was like, I do it all the time. So she said, like, definitely all the time, of course. She was, like, confused that I even asked the question. So it's just interesting the way that different people go about it, because right away
Did Rybakina win her match?
No, she lost also in the first
so I guess both ways to do it don't work.
Yeah, unfortunately. You need to find a third way.
Yeah. I have a...
just listen to your matches.
Yeah, I have a question on your perspective of the people asking the questions. This is about other reporters, because I know we've talked about this briefly, but you had said like that some people are asking like really dumb questions, like, are you sad after losing? Which exactly. Is that very common? Because I know your questions are great. They always happen. I really enjoyed it. And for anyone who hasn't seen, I'll put it in the description. He interviewed, before this tournament, he went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and he interviewed for a challenger tournament. He interviewed all the players, and he decided to ask them questions, and somehow he knew more about the players than the players did. I remember one time you asked a guy how he feels about playing his opponent again that he had played before, and the guy had absolutely no idea who you were talking about, and then you said, oh, you played him in doubles, and such and such tournament, such and such day, this is the weather, whatever it was that you said,
and then I told him with Social Security, and he got a little bit worried.
But he was surprised, and then he remembered that he had actually played the player. I don't know if they helped him in his match, but he did play him before.
Yeah, well, I actually told him during that moment, I was like, if you didn't play him, please tell me. You wouldn't know more better than me. I told him that during the interview.
Just to make sure he feels bad about not knowing.
I guess, yeah. But I was like, I only did research. That's as far as I can do.
But all that being said, he also knew about like one guy's favorite book, and asked him. There were a lot of really good questions. It's worth asking if you want to see the players on the Challenger Tour answering questions they weren't expecting. That would be great. Great to watch. There's also he did the interviews for Atlanta Open, and he was like the only player, as far as I understand, you're the only player who was like interviewing every single player you could possibly interview. And everyone else there was just like waiting for the winners of certain matches.
For sure.
Which is crazy to me. I don't understand why you would even be there if you're not going to do your job to interview all the players. Like, what is the point of it? What is your perspective?
Yeah, I'm highly motivated by the press asking stupid questions. It's my biggest motivation. I was telling somebody who I was working with at the event, I was telling, Faison, who I mentioned earlier, and I was mentioning to him, I don't think I would be doing this if it wasn't for all the press that have asked stupid questions that made me just cringe in the past, because that makes me want to actually ask sensible questions and the players feel like they are being respected with what they're doing. I really mean it. Not probably 90% of the press, I feel like, ask fairly dumb questions.
Are they okay? So I don't know if this is the reason. Are most of them like general general sports press people, or are they tennis specific? So maybe I'm just wondering. Maybe they don't know what to ask.
Yeah, definitely. There's part of that for sure. Some of them are just general sports. Like some of them are from Eurosport or from ESPN. So they would be across multiple sports. It's like Stephen A. Smith is somebody who I think he's funny and I think he's entertaining. I think it's great that he does multiple sports. But he's somebody that will often jump on a different sport when he's mostly an aficionado in basketball or something, and he'll be talking about UFC and he'll just have no idea what he's talking about. And it kind of feels like that at times. But I think even more than that, a lot of press is looking for a headline. They go in looking for a headline for an article before the match even starts. So there can even be a match where Sabalenka gets through the match. Sabalenka, number one in the world, big name, and there's nothing dramatic that happens in the match. And then you'll find there actually aren't that many people in the room. But then if you have the number 5 player in the world and something dramatic happens in the match, then suddenly the room is full. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people are looking for that headline before they even get into the press conference. Me, I'm asking the question, and then I'm even looking for a follow-up question, because I'm actually the most important, valuable piece of information that you can get to ask a player is what they're telling you right then in that moment. They're not even listening. They're just thinking. A lot of people are thinking about their headline. It's not everybody. There's some people that ask great questions, but a lot of people are like that.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed your interview. Like, if it was, if we weren't related, I would still be watching these interviews, and all the other people, whoever exists, I don't watch the interviews. I just don't care. And they always ask either the same questions, which might be good, but it's the same questions. They've already answered them, or
Yeah.
they ask just dumb, unnecessary questions like, "Did the weather affect your game?" And like, it's not bad, but it's not. Like it could be like a sunny day, nothing has happened, something like that. They just had planned the question already. It seems.
Yeah, and I think the problem is that when you have a culture where the culture itself is the problem, and you're looking to fit in asking the question, then you're going to start asking the same stupid questions as everybody else. It's like, to an extent, there are certain times where we need to change what the culture is. It's like the culture shouldn't be like self-indulgent press asking the same questions over and over again. It should be people actually curious about the sport and actually curious to research into the sport.
Yeah, the players deserve better.
Yes, definitely.
Something really cool about you is that you came in now as an outsider. So like you're like not just you, like your company came in as an outsider.
Yeah.
Quality Shot Tennis came in as just like it's a YouTube, not just, but it's a YouTube channel devoted to commentating on the sport, not someone devoted to just writing a headline on the sport. So it's just kind of cool. You have to be in it, which I always found interesting. The people who did like the baseball, as soon as like the baseball, while the baseball is happening, the people who did it on the radio. Like, I don't care about baseball. I hate baseball. Okay, and it's just do. But I'm happy listening to. I used to turn on the radio. I had an old truck that doesn't play music. Like the most fancy thing on my truck is a cassette player. And what I would do is I would turn on the radio. And you'd hear baseball occasionally, and I would put that on because it's interesting. The people are actually excited about what's happening, and they like are talking about what's happening, like people who know what they're talking about, which is great. And you did the same thing for the tennis, but it's cool for you to translate that into actually asking the questions that the players could potentially answer about the things that you actually notice about the sport. So it's just cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. I think the interview format is so interesting because I think that in general it is much more a sign of intelligence to ask a good question than to know the right answer a lot of the times. I think in general, if you were to pick a trait, I think if you occasionally just come on to the right answer to something, like that is a great thing. But if you can constantly ask good questions, and sometimes you're not going to ask a good question, but if you're focused on asking the right questions, then that's going to build a great foundation and worldview for you to look at the world. So I think the really important thing for an interviewer is, that's a good skill for an interviewer, to really try to engage the person who you're interviewing and try to see what their worldview is. I mean, it's really important to ask the right question and to really be engaging because, I think honestly, it's good when you make the person feel comfortable who you're interviewing, because if you make them feel like nothing they can say is wrong, then that's good. Because everything that they say can be just a genuine expression, something that they feel.
That is true, but I will say there's a podcast, I forgot what it's called, it's like This Sunday Podcast or something, where he makes the interviewee feel like everything he says is wrong. And it's
That's also good. That's also, the opposite is just...
Or like Eric Andre's show.
Yeah.
Like there's...
Yeah, or David Letterman did it first.
Oh, yeah,
he got people on and then he would just make fun of them to death, and they're like, why did I do this? It's like, this guy is so clever and so much more quick-witted. I mean, he's making fun of me to the point where I need to end my career. It's like, why did I sign up for this?
Yeah. I have a question about. All right, so this isn't a question that I need to know the answer for, but other people might not know, and I know that you've told me already. But the tournament, you were there for most of the main draw, but you were also there for the qualifying, and the qualifying was held at a different location, which I didn't know before. Can you tell me about the location and what it's like over there?
It was amazing. I liked it just as much as
what was it
actual
called?
Wimbledon. Roehampton Club.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was amazing. It was like, it had like 18 grass courts just like Wimbledon, but they were all really close together. At Wimbledon, the courts were really far apart.
Is it kind of like Newport? Newport, Rhode Island had a tournament, and in Newport the courts are basically all in the same row, and then they moved the lines for the courts. But were they connected in that way?
It was similar to Newport, but they weren't connected. They were all separate, like courts with walls on either side.
But they were next to each other.
But they were all next to each other.
Okay.
So I could be watching the match and just turn my head and see the other match.
Oh, that's
just perfect. There was a time where I was like the people who I was going to interview were in both matches on either side. And I was like, this is amazing. I can just turn my head, and then there's like both matches are equally intense, and I can get a look at both of them equally. It was awesome. Grass tennis is so fun, and Roehampton was really well organized. Because if you think about it, qualifying has 128 people, just like Wimbledon does. So to organize an event at such a small facility with that many people and have it flow so seamlessly, it was amazing. And also the access to players was even better than Wimbledon, because you didn't have to have somebody like point at you to tell you, okay, you can ask the question now. I could just ask.
Can you name
questions.
some of the players who you interviewed that they can find online?
Yeah, Taylor Townsend, who has won a couple of Grand Slam titles.
In doubles, right?
Yeah, in doubles.
Yeah,
yes. Bianca Andreescu, who won in singles as well. Also Victoria Mboko. I'm trying to think of other names.
Did Taylor Townsend actually make it through the entire thing for qualifying?
Yeah, she did, but she lost early rounds of singles.
Okay, but so did Medvedev, so I can't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Or she can't feel too bad.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was cool. Victoria Mboko was amazing. She was 18 years old, and she was the most mature person I've spoke to.
Yeah.
Like, she was fascinating. Like, she said she tries to be a new person every day. She was like, new
like
day,
that.
new me. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, she said that's she made exactly like that. And then she made it to the third round of the tournament, and
Yeah.
that was good. I also interviewed Dominic Stricker. He was probably just the nicest guy I've interviewed. He just like seemed like a regular guy, so he's cool. Lefty, big lefty slice serve. Really good on grass. Actually, they lost to
Like Lodra, or did he serve volley?
He can, but he's not the quickest mover. He just hits huge shots.
Okay.
So
Lodra wasn't that fast either. He just, okay.
yeah,
It's not
Stricker just like big serve. But anyway, yeah, he was good. They lost to Mochizuki, who was unseeded but played unbelievable.
Okay.
I started to think Mochizuki could win the whole tournament.
Oh, that's something that I found. Well, I think it was Medvedev who said like his guy was playing insane, like it was unstoppable. It's like 1 in a million. Is that what was in your interview with him?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just thought that was funny. Medvedev was like I had never seen anything like this before. How did this happen?
Yeah, exactly. No, I remember at the Australian Open, it was like, if he plays like this every day, he can have whatever he wants. Girls, casino, night. It's like,
Casinos is crazy.
He can own casinos. He doesn't win at any of them, but he can own casinos. If you play like this tomorrow, you'll have a casino.
Maybe that's how it happens in Russia. I don't know what rules there are. Only you and Grand Slam, you get a casino. For the motherland, you can do it. No, but I have a question about the in-between tournament. So there's a as I understand, there's Wimbledon qualifying, then there's a few days, and then Wimbledon, and there's an in-between tournament played at a third site.
Yeah.
That if you want to tell me about that, that'd be good. I know you interviewed Monfils there, which I was excited.
No, my piece was at Wimbledon.
Oh, wow.
It was at Wimbledon Media Day, so that was for the main Wimbledon tournament.
Oh, okay.
But at that tournament, I interviewed Sebastian Baez, and also like Alexei Poprin was there.
Okay.
And Kyle Edmund, who was top 25 in the world in the past. So there were some good players anyway. But this was the most surreal day of the whole event, because it felt completely disconnected from the rest of my trip. But first of all, I see Faison in person, basically for like the first time, who I had never met before, because he lives in the UK and I live in the United States. So I had never met him before, and he is so much taller than I expected for some reason.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, it looks the same, but he's just like that much taller than I expected. So I was like, okay.
How tall is he?
I think it's like 6'3".
Is he really?
Yeah.
I did not have expected that.
Yeah, exactly. So, so he was tall, and
okay, I was thinking. All right, so I thought it was like a forced perspective thing when there's like on Instagram y'all had like the things where he's next to you. I thought it was forced perspective where it's like he's close and you're really far away. I guess y'all are right next to each other.
Yeah. Well, I'm also not particularly tall. So.
Yeah, but still.
No, I know. Yeah, that's fair. No, there's nothing like that. We didn't plan that. I would have planned it differently, where I look like I'm tall.
No, you look like Mike and Sully from what you're saying.
Where Mike is like blocked by the.
Yeah, you were blocked by the YouTube logo.
Something like that. We put the quality shot tennis logo on my face. For some reason, just Photoshop on my face.
So the mid-tournament was held at what facility?
That's Stoke Park.
Stoke Park.
Stoke Park.
Also grass courts, right?
Yes.
How many? Was it like the same?
No, it was just one grass court, so completely.
It was
different.
one court.
One court.
Oh, okay.
But this was so strange. It was the whole area was the most. So imagine the most fancy, upper class, surreal, posh place you could possibly imagine, and then times it by 20 or more. It was like out of a dream. It was, or like not in a. I thought this place was great, but I don't even mean in a positive way. I just mean like I couldn't believe what I was doing. Like it was nuts.
Did it feel like the capital of the Hunger Games?
Yes,
like that? Okay.
Exactly like that. And as soon as I came in, it could have been the capital of the Hunger Games. It looked like a state.
Oh, there's dead kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty nice.
And then, but there's this like a huge building that looked like this, like a state capitol or something.
Oh,
like
really?
as soon as I came in, and the bus stopped that I was riding to get to the tournament, like stopped right in front of that. So I thought that was like the media center, but it wasn't.
But it was an actual.
It was a house owned by the richest Indian family in the world.
Wait. Do they live there?
They live there 2 weeks out of the year.
These 2 weeks or on the...
No, other 2 weeks. But they fund this tennis tournament. They fund also a FIFA-inspired soccer event and another soccer.
Soccer event. I understand
like
now.
football,
I
yeah.
heard soccer event, and I was confused. I didn't understand what was happening.
I think you have a different idea of what this place is.
I get it. I thought it sounded weird.
Hunger Games soccer event.
Yeah. Anyway, they
it
did
was
a soccer
cool.
event.
It was really cool. I mean, they had a river full of big,
They had a
like,
river.
they had a big, colorful fish that looked like they were out of a Studio Ghibli movie, just swimming around.
Wow.
They had like bushes of flowers that were fancy around the whole place. It was, and everything was well kept. They had this guard that was, for some reason, kept opening this like little white fence door for me every time. It was awesome. Super nice, like guards.
Whoa, hold on. The white fence door. Is that the main entrance, or was it just for you, like the poor come through here?
Probably. I didn't realize that was on. That's a good point.
There's like a guy assigned to the poor. You make sure the credence go this way.
It's like, I hope he goes that way. That's the way out.
It'd be funny if there's a second guy, another open door on the same fence, just to make sure you leave. As soon as you enter, he's like, come here, this one. You're next to your boss again.
The rich family is just pointing at me and laughing.
I would. I mean, honestly, if I had the money.
But it was amazing anyway.
Yeah, but they let you stay.
Yeah, they let me stay and do all the
What kind of matches
opportunities were amazing.
Was it? I mean, I know it's not like the top matches of the tour. Were there like ex-players who played? What happened?
No, it was all current players, but like for example, one player was the #1 junior player in the world.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I got to interview him as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Wait. Was Junior Wimbledon happening at the same time as Wimbledon, or is it after?
No, junior Wimbledon happens at the same time as Wimbledon.
Okay.
But he's the #1. He was the #1 seed for junior Wimbledon.
Okay.
So for the boys single, he didn't win the tournament, but he was anyway. He's the top junior in the world, so
Okay.
he was cool. And then Sebastian Baez, who's not like in top 30 in the world. Alexei Poprin was there. Kyle Enbind, Hugo Carabelli, Pedro Martinez. So just those are all top 100 ATP players.
I'm gonna just point this out. You know every player and everything about every player. I can't remember like 6 names to save my life. I know.
Okay.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. It's amazing. I can't imagine having the knowledge that you have in your head and surviving.
Yeah. Well, I think I was probably for whatever reason born with a gift of compartmentalizing. So it's like for whatever reason, it's not just tennis, but tennis I'm particularly good. It's like I can just put different players in different compartments.
I guess that makes sense. I'm the same with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So
Okay,
it's
so
less
yeah.
useful probably. But I remember all
it will
the...
work out at some.
Well, yeah, sure it will. It does. Clearly, I've been using it.
You'll have a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament somewhere where there's a guy with the white fence holding the door. Here are the poor.
And he says it.
Yeah. This is where the poor is. That way.
Wait 1 second. I had more questions. All right, you were in Britain, and this is not a tennis question. You were in Britain during July 4th. Did you just run around and punch people in the face? Did you? I just want to know what you did for July 4th to celebrate our independence from the country. Did you dress like an Indian and throw tea into their harbor? I don't know what you did.
The first thing was that's what I did in the morning. I punched people in the face.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Okay.
No joking.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's fair. I needed to assert my independence.
The freedom is a right.
You feel more seriously about this than I do.
You've been changed by the trip then, I guess. This is important.
So, what I did was I went to Camden Market. And
Camden Market?
Yes, and that was that was actually probably the most American thing I did all trip.
What is Camden Market?
Camden Market has a lot of hipster, modern, alternative pop culture things.
That sounds right up your alley, but I still don't know what that means.
So, they would have like anime, Harry Potter, Star Wars, music, like modern music, like radio.
What is
Arctic Monkey? Oh, so it's like I like
jumping around pop culture things. Wait, that's only what this is.
Batman.
Okay, I'm assuming it's a market, so you're like buying pop culture.
Let's talk about Wimbledon. No, just kidding.
Just wanted to know.
So they have a bunch of booths.
Oh, okay. Is it like what's the one in Henderson, South Carolina? Is it like the flea market? It's like what's it called? The Jockey Lot? Have you been to the Jockey Lot?
No.
Oh, okay, then that's not helpful.
But it's like a very small festival of just like people selling things at booths, but it happens all the time. It's very artsy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and independent.
Where in Britain is it? Is it near other things? Or, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty far from everything. It's on this place just called I think Camden Street. The subway stop is called Camden Town.
Okay.
So it's just like pretty much it's just its own thing. You need to go there specifically. But I really like the juxtaposition of like modern culture to these like old buildings that are older than America itself. Like on the opposite side of the you would just look and see like old architecture, and then you would see like Pikachu like on the one side.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and that was cool. And like, for example, it was like do you remember like when we'd go to like Gatlinburg, Tennessee? It was like very touristy, and they have like these cool like attractions. There's like a fire-breathing dinosaur.
Oh, and you're gonna say about like the mini golf with the old houses?
Yes, and stuff like that. And it was everything was like that. There was like a bar where there's like a 3D mermaid like sculpted onto the thing. There was also a fire-breathing dinosaur type thing that reminded me of Gatlinburg on the side.
I remember it was a 4D theater. And the 4th D we decided with Gregory, our other brother, we decided the 4th D stands for dinosaur.
Which I guess is creative. It's like kind of good. Yeah.
Anyway, I distinctly remember that.
Like, what does the 3rd D stand for?
3D.
Third dimension,
but
second
the dinosaur was
dimension, first
3-dimensional.
dimension. Okay. So it's just the 4th D that doesn't stand for dimension, just stands for dinosaur.
4th D is dinosaur.
Okay.
Yeah, dimension 1 length, dimension 2 width, dimension 3 height, and dimension 4
dinosaur. Okay. That's all figured out then.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
And then there was also a 9D theater. I have no idea what that one was.
That's crazy. They skipped like 5 Ds.
They skipped 4 Ds. I can understand 5th D being tied.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But I'm not even sure that one had a dinosaur, so I really don't know what they're trying to do. Like, I hope they had a dinosaur for the sake of decency. They better have had a dinosaur.
With height, dinosaur, time, skip 3 Ds. We figured it out. And what is this in like mathematical terms? Length times width times dinosaur.
Times dinosaur.
Times time. I don't know what the next D's are. Skip those.
That was great. Yeah, no, I have a question. All right, so you had said before the trip that you wanted to go on to the London Eye. The London Eye, the last time I was in Britain, I was 5. This was 1998, I think, and the London Eye did not exist at the time, the giant Ferris wheel. You said you wanted to go on it. Did you go on it?
I did go on it. Yes.
What is it like?
I thought it was underwhelming.
But what is it?
Okay, so it's huge. First of all, like just being
So far doesn't sound underwhelming.
being under it was not underwhelming. Just
Okay.
just seeing it was amazing. It looks cool. Just being on it, I just felt like it was very slow, and I'm getting further away from everything. I was like this. I felt like being close to things and seeing them up close was more interesting. I was like, I'm getting further away from this, and it's taking 30 minutes to go around.
Okay.
But I will say this: the river cruise was amazing. If anybody has a chance to go to the river cruise, it was awesome. Because there was a tour guide. I think his name was Jeremy.
I'm sure everyone will get Jeremy.
Watch out for Jeremy. I don't know why I said watch out. He's like,
look for Jeremy.
Look for Jeremy. He's lost, and but he was amazing. He was very funny, and just seeing like we went under the Tower Bridge and under the Millennium Bridge, and the architecture of those two things was amazing, and hearing the history of we went through so many historical places like the Shard. Also, he talked about a place that was recreated 10 years ago to be an exact replica of the Shakespeare Theater that was used in the 1600s.
Oh, they're talking about the Globe.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the Globe. No, actually, I think Globe is a different thing. I think it was the Shakespeare Tavern. It was like 10 years ago.
We have one of those in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. But this one was recreated, even using the exact same materials used to make the first one, and is the only building in the whole city that used those materials because they're so old. That's what the guy in the tour guide said. And just being there and going under the bridge and hearing the facts, it was such a nice day. Being out on the river next to London Eye, next to the Big Ben, that was my favorite part of the whole trip. It was just fantastic.
Outside of, I'm sure, interviewing like Djokovic and...
Yes, second favorite besides that.
I would be very surprised if just a random trip to London would be enough.
Not yet. Wimbledon was my favorite thing.
Well, yeah. I have a question. Wimbledon is known for not cherries. What is it? Strawberries and cream. Did you have that?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
It was good.
Was it better than like regular if we had strawberries and cream here?
What do you mean? It would still be strawberries and cream.
Yeah, but are theirs better?
Oh yes, definitely they are. Yes, it was worthy of the hype. I would say.
Good. Whenever I do go, I'll
yeah, it was good.
I might go with you next time. I'm not gonna be interviewing any players, but I might go just to
yeah, for sure.
Just for the strawberries.
Yeah. It's well, it's funny. The biggest booth that they have at Wimbledon or the center court, it says strawberries and cream. It's crazy in big letters. It's like right next to center court.
I have another question. All of your recordings for the interviews didn't have video, so were you not allowed to do any video?
Yeah, no video is allowed. I can't even tell you why, honestly. We could do video for the exhibition tournament. That was at Stoke Park, a really beautiful location. But it was there's none at Wimbledon. I can't tell you why, but we could only do up to 2 minutes of audio per interview too. So, for example, I did like a 7-minute interview with Dominic Stricker during qualifying, but we could only use 2 minutes. So Faison kept telling me, like, why are you doing these so long? We can upload 2 minutes. But I was like, it's so cool to get to them anyway. I was like,
well, could you upload any 2 minutes of it that you wanted to?
Yes.
So you could cut it and...
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Then why wouldn't you?
No, I know. I think he just wanted to make sure that I'm just that I know that I'm not going to be able to upload everything.
Okay. I left the most important question for last because I found this very interesting that you were interviewing the players who lost, which I'm assuming it's always been done to some degree, but those are, to me, it seemed like far more interesting interviews than the interviewing at the... sorry. I have another question after this.
Okay.
Okay. I always found it to be more interesting to ask the player, to know what the player who lost says, and they never ask the players the things that I want to ask, but because the player who wins going into the match, the way I think of it is the player who wins going into the match was thinking, I'm going to play this way, and this is going to help me win, and then it's going to work. And then after the match, he's thinking, I played this way, this worked, I won, nothing's changed. But the player who lost will obviously change his entire perspective. And I find the questions that you asked were particularly interesting because you asked about specifics about the things that they were doing. And they... Anyway, they gave some really good answers. Again, videos are going to be in the description for the things, but it's worth checking. And this one in particular, this tournament in particular, it was cool that you were there because I know you were always going to be there only for the first half of the Wimbledon. So it was cool that all the players lost. It's not good, but all the top players lost.
That's true.
First few rounds, so you got to interview all the losing top players. So you get to see what they think when they lost, which otherwise it wouldn't have happened because if they had all lost in the last rounds, I wouldn't know.
I have to check my I don't know how to say it, but like I need to check on Twitter just to make sure that I don't feel like it's too crazy what's happening. I was like, is it crazy because I'm here, or is it just crazy like how many seeds are losing? Yeah. So I checked on Twitter, and every other tweet was like, what is happening? This is crazy. I was like, okay, good. So I was like, does this happen every year, or do I just feel like this because I'm here? And then I saw on Twitter, and they're like, it's only 3 days into the tournament, and it feels like we've been through 5 Wimbledons by now because it's so crazy.
All right, my last question. When you asked Djokovic's question, I was so happy because it was a question I was wondering forever, and I know we've talked about it before at some point, but I'm so happy that someone was there to ask. But the question, well, do you want to say what the question was?
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't remember the exact question.
Yeah, so it was, you won almost 80% of points at the net today. How pleased are you with where your net game is at? And also, do you feel like your volley is a shot that's only progressed and improved in your career? Can you talk about
I think you got that, like every word exactly how you did it.
That's
really cool.
Yeah, I've watched it back a lot.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's like compartments in my head, certain things.
But I was always wondering, and you were also, I think, obviously, we were always wondering about the how his net game was, because he never goes to net. He just stays back and then just kills it. And
exactly.
Or not kill it, like it would be just doesn't miss. And it's just interesting that he doesn't come to net. Every time he's played a doubles tournament, he's done awful as far as I understand. Like he played with Murray and he still did awful. And Murray, I don't even know if Murray's a good doubles player, but I know his brother was #1 in the world, so you would expect that they would be decent.
He played with Kyrgios earlier this year, and Kyrgios won a double Wimbledon doubles tournament, and he didn't do pretty good.
Oh, Djokovic.
Yeah, Djokovic didn't do well.
Okay. But also Kyrgios is
Kyrgios. But just sum it up. Kyrgios is Kyrgios. This is what you come to. This is what my tennis commentator is. Kyrgios is curious.
It would be so funny if you go to Kyrgios as a question. So you were you. Why did this happen?
Yeah, basically. Well, basically,
you are you. This is why you lost.
You're saying I'm interviewing in Boko. I should have been like, so you were like Batman. You change every day.
It is great that you got to ask that question. If you want to know the answer to that question, you can watch this interview, which is really, really cool. Also, for other things that you do, you have your own channel.
Yes.
That was originally the one that you started with.
Yeah, but yes, currently posting Anthony's Tennis Hub. Anthony's Tennis Hub, you can check that out. Also, Quality Shot Tennis.
Yeah, on Anthony's Tennis Hub, on both, he has podcasts that he is like really interesting, deep dives into tennis. So it's cool to see if you're looking for something.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to do podcasts other than tennis too, so this was cool because it kind of is my first one doing it like that. And then also, I'll be doing other creative endeavors, filmmaking, other stuff. So
also we're checking out, and this is my own plug. Anthony was on my channel playing tennis.
Yeah.
So on my YouTube channel, I don't usually do this, but the interviews, which I will show you all the times that I tried to start this interview. I am terrible at interview. I tried to start this interview like 20 times and couldn't say the words right. Just say that he was here. That part I couldn't get right. You'll see at the end of this after. But
let's see if you do the same on the outro.
Yeah. I'll leave it in. Okay. But he's been playing on my channel. And he has a lot of really he's actually a good tennis player and has a lot of really good matches.
Well, it's unfortunate. I feel like my between the leg shot is better than my backhand. I can hit a trick.
Well, I can tell you the reason for that is because he used to have a two-handed backhand and a two-handed forehand, so two hands on both sides, and he switched to a one hand on each side because he didn't want to look stupid. So now he has a one-handed backhand that he's been it's been getting better every single time he's done.
Yeah, it is.
But he only just got back. He had like a 5-year hiatus from playing tennis. Yeah, during which he was just stuck studying like all the tennis stats to ever exist. I'm gonna get all the tennis knowledge and then I'll play again.
It was like in the Matrix when the guy studied kung fu.
It's like that, but really slow.
I need 5 years for tennis. Neo could do kung fu. I need 5 years for tennis. It's kind of funny premise that the Matrix thing which takes 5 years isn't worth it.
Like the skill that you wanted to learn, it's already useless.
You can just learn kung fu. At the same time.
to do other things. 5 years.
Such a waste of time.
It's like
You're just in your room.
No, it's like the Thanos snap. But when you come back, you got the kung fu. But you didn't need the kung fu. You needed the time that you would have on Earth. You also get older, so you don't get extra time at the end.
But I'm just thinking of the Matrix thing. They're like shaking you, like you're just in your room going crazy. Like, why are you doing this?
Yep. But you did it. Congrats.
Thank you. I did, and I was at Wimbledon.
Yeah, and then you got to Wimbledon. It is crazy that you got from
Yeah.
nowhere to Wimbledon within like what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yes, it's crazy. I mean, definitely a big part of it is luck, but also I've worked very hard in that time,
Yeah.
so I feel like I earned it, which is good too.
Yeah, and you were just to go over this. You were the American branch of Quality Shot Tennis.
Yes, exactly. Everybody else from the UK, and I just like traveled like 8-hour flight nonstop together. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm super jet lagged.
And before that, yeah, I mean, he did the Atlanta Open twice. He did interviews for the Atlanta Open twice, including the last year of the Atlanta Open ever, which was last year. And something cool about that, he got the last question ever at the Atlanta Open.
Yes.
To ever exist. Like, Atlanta Open's done, so this is the very last question.
Yeah, the last question also, I interviewed the Bryan brothers on court in that tournament. I asked the last interview question to the Bryan brothers, potentially, and they're like playing because they played the exhibition with Roddick and Isner, and I asked the last question in that interview, so I'm not sure that they've been asked.
It was funny what you said about Isner standing next to him. I forgot what it was exactly he said.
Well, he's like twice my height.
Yeah, well, he said something like he's not real. He's not a real person.
What is it?
He said like he just doesn't seem like a real person,
sure.
something along those lines.
I don't know. That sounds right.
That's fine. But anyway, what was the last thing? I was already in the middle of saying this. What was it? Oh, do you have anything else to like talk about the things that you're doing or anything upcoming?
Yeah, if you're interested in tennis, just I do a podcast, weekly New Tennis Era podcast.
New Tennis Era podcast also will be in the description.
Yes, and also my YouTube channel Anthony Hirsch for other stuff.
All right. See y'all. Bye. Hey guys. No, that's not how I should start. Today we have with us Anthony. Wait. Should I use the last name? Do you want me to use it? Okay. All right. Today we have with us Anthony Hirsch, tennis journalist who just did the. What did he do? Hey guys, this is Anthony Hirsch. He did. Hey guys.
This is probably pretty much how I start a podcast, actually, just to myself, and then I get it going.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is. I don't know how you do this.
Hey
guys. Hey guys, this is Anthony Hirsch. He just did press for Wimbledon. He was an interviewer at the matches, interviewed all the top players, except for Federer, because he missed him by a day, but got everybody else. So I'm going to start this over, because I don't know where I was going with that. I promise it'll be easier once I get past the interview.
Better be.